Cory Sanger is going to be speaking to us.
Hello, Patriots. Hello, friends of liberty. Isn't this wonderful? Look around. Doesn't that give you the inspiration to know that we can win in November? Now, before I left to come here today, my wife said she couldn't go. She's taking our oldest boy to baseball practice, and she said, good luck, fire him up. And I thought, well, you know, they want change back. They are strong conservatives and believe in our conservative values. They are fired up. Are you fired up today? I am. I believe we can change back in November. I believe our country is conservative at its roots, and I believe we can change back to the country that we know it. My name is Cory Sanger. I'm a proud conservative, and I believe that the values that built our country and the values that will sustain it into the future are those that are conservative. I believe that's our future, and I believe that it starts here, and it will continue. Well, what a place we find ourselves in today. Living in a state that's swimming in red ink, living in a country that is swimming in red ink. And Governor Quinn's answer to that is raise your taxes. That's his answer to that, raise your taxes. President Obama's answer, Congress's answer, take away your liberties, control your body, and raise your taxes. That's no answer. You know, it's really incredible how some things don't change. You know, one of my heroes is John Adams. Anybody here read that book about John Adams by David McCullough? A quick show of hands. Yes, good. Okay, for those who haven't read it, pick it up this summer. Read that book. It's a little long, but it's inspiring, and it will teach you the heart of a true conservative and a true patriot. But I want you to listen to this from John Adams from many, many years ago. He wrote, of all the complexities, confusion in America arises not from defects in our Constitution, not from want of honor, but from downright ignorance of nature of coin, credit, and circulation. Does that sound like what's going on in Springfield today? Does that sound like what's going on in Washington today? But don't understand the value of money and don't understand the values of conservativeness and spending? Those were wise things written a long time ago. We're in a fight for our freedom. We're in a fight for our freedom not seen since the first patriots picked up muskets and defended their rights on this land. This time we do it peacefully, but the stakes are no less high today. I know I'm fired up. I know that you're fired up, but I want to talk to you today about staying fired up and keeping this energy moving forward. I've worked on a lot of campaigns. I worked on a lot of campaigns for a lot of other people and a lot of campaigns for myself. And I've seen the value of what volunteers and what dedicated people can do. 10 people can make a difference in a campaign. 25 people can change an election. But look at this group. This group can change Illinois. This group can help change our country. But it's got to keep moving forward from here. It can't end today. The enthusiasm and the energy has to keep moving forward. Let's go back to John Adams for a second. Again, my hero. He said, for as much as I converse with sages and heroes, they have very little of my love and admiration. I long for a rural and domestic scene, and for the warbling of birds and the prattling of my children. And when you read the book or you watch the movie's longer than the book, really, but when you read it, you realize that this was a heart of a patriot that went at some things reluctantly. He understood the sacrifices it took. He and his wife, Abigail, made huge sacrifices for this nation. Years of separation from each other. Years of separation where they didn't see each other, and he wasn't able to see his kids. But they did it anyway because at their heart of hearts they knew that sacrificing that time was critical to the future of our nation. And I'm standing here today saying that we need every single one of us needs to do a little bit of that sacrifice this spring, and this summer, and this fall. Every single one of us needs to give up a little bit of free time and work on campaigns. Everybody here needs to find a conservative they believe in and get out and do the work and knock on the doors and get involved in the campaigns, because we need to keep this energy moving forward to turn it into a victory in November. It's not going to be long until this field is empty and we all go home. It's not going to be long until the sun sets, and possibly some of that energy and that enthusiasm that you're seeing today, maybe it starts to fade just a little bit. But in your heart of hearts, you need to dig deep and you need to keep inspiring yourself to move forward. And if you ever need a little more enthusiasm, just listen to what Barack Obama says. On any given day, it'll still get you fired up to get out and win in November. Anything worth doing isn't easy. And what we got ahead of us is not easy. These elections aren't over. We're talking about winning in November. We haven't won in November. This isn't going to be easy, but it's doable. And we can achieve our goals this election season. We can change Illinois, and we can change America. Now, we're going to have some great candidates. You've already heard one this morning speak. You're going to hear more today. We have Senator Bill Brady here. Senator Brady, next governor of Illinois. The next conservative leader in this state who doesn't believe we need a tax increase to settle all of our financial woes in this state. Maybe, just maybe, we need to spend less. Maybe, just maybe, we can achieve our problems by not spending 110% of what we take in. So I encourage you, work for Bill. I see a lot of Adam Kinzinger t-shirts. Here's a couple right here. Adam Kinzinger is a war hero, a national hero, a good conservative young man. He can be our next congressman from the 11th Congressional District. All of you don't live there. Go work for him anyway. Let's win. Let's remove the liberal Debbie Halverson from Congress. Right. Let's let Pat Quinn take his big retirement paycheck, and let's make Bill Brady the next governor of Illinois. All right, I can't help myself. One more quote from John Adams. Just one more. Now, for as right as he is, let's prove him wrong on this one. It's kind of eerie, actually, when you read this. It's kind of eerie when you're going to hear this. He said, democracy, while it lasts, is more bloody than either aristocracy or monarchy. Remember, democracy never lasts long. It soon wastes, exhausts, and murders itself. There is never a democracy that did not commit suicide. That's eerie, isn't it? Written by one of our founding fathers, professing that democracy will end someday, that it will end itself. For as right as he was on so many things, in November, let's prove John Adams wrong. Let's show him that the heart of America and the heart of conservatism beats strong. And this country will persevere, and the values that built this country will persevere, and we will live in a conservative country. Thank you very, very much today. Thank you.